there's a new ruling that we need to have continuous education. That's why we teachers, we also need to attend seminars, and we need to attend specific seminars that has, I think they call it CPD units, meaning it's continuing education. So before we renew our license at a particular time, we need to have this certain number of units to be able to be eligible for the renewal of our license. So continuous education is very important. The same with the college teachers, they also need to have their, apart from the masters, some would proceed to taking up their PhD, no? And others, continuous, postdoctorate, and others would attend seminars, because attending seminars can also earn you units, no, for master's degree or doctoral degree. And others do research. It's also important, especially in the college. No, if your university, the university you're part of is really into research, then you're really encouraged to do that. So research, and others write textbooks. I also write textbooks. So that's one thing also that I'm happy with my teaching, because when I was younger, that I was sure I wanted to also become a writer. Yeah, I became one, but an academic writer. I didn't get to write novels, but I write textbooks, and I think it's more fulfilling because I get to help students learn. I write textbooks for high school and also for junior high school and senior high school.
Yeah. So when you say basic, it's elementary and high school. So they just take the licensure.
Exactly. The college, the minimum is a master's degree.
You need a master's degree. Okay, and then for both, ngayon, merong the continued.
Yes.
It's always nice to be enriched with, new learnings.
Yeah, actually, it's very important. Like, another thing that we need to learn right now is how to use the technology, because we really need knowledge in the technology, because we need to know how to make our lessons more enjoyable for our students, because we're doing online. Actually, I learned how to do Canva, presentation, and just to make all this visual thing appealing to the learners, not just opposed to talking and talking, because in the face-to-face, you are the first visual aid. The teacher. That's why every time my students before, I remember when I was in college, they would ask, "Ma'am, hindi ka mahilig mag-PowerPoint?" Sabi ko, "I don't need PowerPoint presentations. I am the visual aid. I am the person." They would laugh. Sabi ko, "I am the visual aid. Why? You don't like what you see?" And then they went, "Oh, I like it, ma'am. I like it." No, they would say that. I would just joke around. Sabi ko, "I am the visual aid. That's why I take pains in making myself look this way." And they would all laugh. Sabi ko, "Why? Don't you not agree?" And they'd say, yes, we agree, ma'am, we agree." Sabi ko, "Yeah." But now it's different, because if it's online, sabi ko, I'm just sitting, no? And then my shirt, they only can see the upper part. So I need to do something. So it has to be my presentation. So it has to have moving objects there in my presentation. Now, but of course, not too distracting. So we have to learn how to use all these gadgets, how to have two screens so that one is presenting, the other I can see my students, things like that. And also learning how to use all these apps for teaching, all these online quizzes apps. So you also need to continuously teach yourself also. So being a teacher doesn't necessarily mean that you're the one who's always giving all this information to others, but you also need to gain information, so also be able to be better in what you're doing.
With the current scenario, what is a typical day for you?
Typical day. When I wake up, the first thing I do,
yung face-to-face pa, and then yung ngayon na a different
really big shift. I remember when we were still face-to-face, our house, where I live, is just 2 kilometers from school. Actually, I am always the first teacher inside the campus. That's why all the guards, all the cleaners, they know me. Oh, Ma'am Elwa is here. Ma'am Lyrie is here. Because 6 o'clock, I am in school. I know, with the new norm, when I wake up, the first thing I do is I turn on the internet. I have to turn on the internet. I have to plug it in. After plugging in the internet, I log on to the school attendance. So usually I am logged in already. I clock in at around 6:30, And then I turn on my laptop and I check if there are messages from my co-teachers in the Filipino department who's having difficulty logging on, or if they have internet connection problems, because that would mean I would have to take over their class. The moment I sit in front of my area, my throne, I call it my throne, which is about 7:30 because class starts at 7:40. The moment I sit, the only time I get up is at 11:10 because that's the lunch time. 11:10 to 12:10. Why? Because even if I don't have a class, I have to be here looking at the screen, checking if no teacher loses his or her connection, because then I would have to enter. I have to enter their Gmeet link and say, "Hi class, let's just wait for your teacher. I think she's having difficulty with her internet connection. Let's just wait for her." If 5 minutes has elapsed and she's still not back, so what's your lesson, class? I have to teach. I have to teach. Just stop. I have to teach because we cannot waste the time of the learners. So that things will still be in the same flow. So if the teacher comes back, even after 20 minutes, then I say, "Bye class, thank you for listening to me," and then I exit. And then I wait again. And then in the afternoon, we usually have meetings. And then by 4:40, we're supposed to log out. It's the end of our schoolwork time. But sad to say, I don't. Sometimes I forget to clock out because I'm still here. That's my time for myself. Okay, I am done with other teachers. Now I get to work on my own lesson plan. I get to check my students' work. Because most of my time during the day is really trying to make sure that all my teachers are inside their virtual classrooms. And sometimes I would say, "Please check your internet connection, huh? Because if two of you get to have problems, I cannot be in two places at one time." Yeah, that's really a problem. Sometimes one is already sending me a message, "Mom, mom, 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 where are you? Where are you?" "I am in someone else's class." So, sorry, nauna siya. It's really difficult. Unlike before, I can tap someone. I can tap someone to enter someone else's class. Or there's no problem with the scheduling, but now there's really a problem with the scheduling. Even if they're at home, they're not sick, but the internet is not cooperating. That's where the problem usually comes in. It's really the internet connection. It's okay if the learners get disconnected, but it's a different story when the teacher gets disconnected. That's really the struggle.